Again here. Okay, I think I can do this. G. Okay. You're live. Then invite me.
Figured it out.
Oh, there you are. Okay, so this is how we do the fucking podcast. Boom.
No, I didn't swipe to the left.
Well, you haven't done online.
Dude, I am old
video.
and I am so sunburnt right now. It is horrible. And I know we're live, so this, in the name of you, is gonna be rusty. Oh man.
Oh, good. Well, in that case, then welcome to the Thinking Man's Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your co-host, Rusty, and I am here with Mr. Sunburn himself.
Gee, yeah, that's me.
Aww. So you went out and you went fishing yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
How did that go? Did you you catch anything besides the sun?
I got blisters here. No, fishing was good. Kids caught a couple. I got one on the line, and then we lost it. My daughter reeled in a good one. My youngest daughter, she got her first fish on her first day of fishing. So that was really cool.
Nice. Right on.
So, and we took Grandpa with us. My wife went, and all six of us had a good old time, and then made the impromptu beach trip real quick. And yeah, I don't know. I probably can't see. I got crazy lighting in here today. I'll probably turn it down in a moment, but yeah, it sucks. I woke up with a blister on my nose. Didn't even know, and I touched it.
Oh.
And that's how my morning started. And then, I also got the neck issue going on that we now get surgery on, I think, officially next Wednesday if they don't change the date to the beginning of August. So next time we're on the show, I probably won't be talking.
Yeah, but we'll be able to see you better. You'll be able to look nice.
There we go.
You'll be able to look all fucking HD or whatever this is, 4K. I don't know, man. Shit. So
yeah, by the way, this is all new for us. Anyone who does start tuning in, we usually record shows. I'm an amateur. Rusty's the pro, so he's got to hold my hand and drag me along all the time here. So until I get used to it.
I'm far from a pro.
No, please.
I am just learning this, man. I was using Skype. Like, oh, dude, it's fucking 2007. Let's use Skype. But Instagram, we got some clear picture, and it's going to sound good on the podcast. But in the meantime,
it looks sweet.
Watch us. What?
Said it looks sweet.
I know, it looks
my head's huge.
Yeah, it's Instagram. Instagram gives you, when you're an Instagram person, especially an influencer, it gives you a huge head.
Sweet. So I guess we should break it down right from the get-go. Why the hell we're on IG anyway? Is that we're going to start doing a live show on here. So from here on out, I guess we'll be live. We'll do pay-per-view reactions here and there. We like to reminisce about the old days. We like to sit there and do 75% shitting on, 25% trying to find a good in something here. So what we want to do from here on out is always try to find a good in every show, every match, every promo if you can. Just kind of break things down for everybody from guys' views. We've watched wrestling. I've watched wrestling for 30 years now.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 6 guy. So
I'm for 30. I don't know what I'm at. I started watching when I was 3, and I'm over 30. So whatever that is, man, probably at least
a couple weeks I'll get to start saying I'm in that 40 mode.
Yeah, you got close, man. I'm almost at that just under 40 club, man. I'm going to be in that club that you're in right now in about a few weeks, because my birthday's like 10 days after yours, I think. But you're a year ahead of me, so it's like 355 days a year older.
Yep.
But we're cool like that. So, shout out to those people. Dude.
Man, every time I'm smiling here, I'm smiling all weird today. Usually got like a Cheshire cat smile I can do. I feel like I just got a facelift from the sun. It hurts. It hurts. What's that?
Do you have any aloe?
All right, so my wife's on me to get this on me, the aloe. I'm not an aloe guy. I don't like lotions. I don't like that stuff. I'll rub some ice on it and then bitch and complain the rest of the way.
What?
I can't do it. I'll do it like I did it for my back when I was younger, and then I did the Washington County Fair a few years ago. My buddy helping out bartend, and I got nailed. Oh, I just saw one in the comments. Fucking hilarious. So let's get into the show. One of the things we always pop off on the show is always giving condolences right off the bat. I don't like having the show kind of be, I guess, negative through the show. So we lost another guy this last week, and that's Paul Orndorff.
Okay, I thought that was last week. I guess we were talking on
last week. We're kind of behind on our show because we usually do Wednesday, so we're on a Friday here.
So that was hard. I saw that one coming, but I mean it's still hard, man. I don't know. That's WrestleMania 1 guy, and like I saw this picture of like all the Heenan family except for like Haku. I guess is the only one still alive. And I guess if you count the Brain Busters for that short little period, but I mean, dude, that list, man, of the Heenan family is just growing and growing. And how, man? WrestleMania.
That lets you know as a wrestling fan we're kind of getting up there too.
Yeah.
We talked about Funk last week, and that's going to be the hard one to lose. You're totally looking like Doc these days. We got to paint your hair white here. But yeah, I mean, these guys come. Paul Orndorff is actually kind of before my time of watching wrestling. The memories I do have is when he's coming back for Legends Nights. I mean, I do watch his previous stuff, but I kind of go like what I've been around since I've been watching wrestling.
Yeah.
And my most recent memory with him is actually one of the Legends Nights on Raw, and he's coming down with a few ladies and everything. And he's walking down there, and he's looking happy. He's got his mustache going. He was looking good. Last couple pictures I saw of Orndorff, man, not good. And that was that. Yeah, it's a hard thing to see. Watch these guys that are heroes or hardcore legends, wrestling, anything like that, and they're just going downhill, and you want to do something because they did so much for us when we were kids. So it's, yeah, man, rest in peace to you, Paul. And yeah, man, it sucks. It sucks. I wish we could do more for these guys. These guys put their asses on the line for years for entertainment. Whether you liked them or you hated them, they kick ass.
I mean, it's seeming like right now we just need to have the fucking ring bell, the 10 bell, just ready to go, and it sucks. It's just like we have to have it right here off on the side of the screen. Just do the 10 bell every fucking show.
Yeah, and it seems like it gets like that for a while in wrestling. You'll have like those big waves of losing wrestlers, and then it'll go dry for a while, and then kind of like what you're saying, it feels like every week.
Yeah.
Patriot was before that, and I hate to say it comes in threes, people, but it usually always does.
So we're at 2 right now.
Don't pay attention to that sound.
So was it a bubbling sound?
Yeah, that was my Mario I got a text message sound. Oh, we gotta work on those things in the background. See, this is our first live show, so this is perfect.
I didn't hear man.
But actually worked into something. This is my first topic of the day, was losing wrestlers. How they've affected the business. We talked about this actually on our very first podcast. Losing people, how it's affected people. But have you ever noticed something? And I'll go back to those damn fans. They're always AEW proud. Here's the deal. Gray-shirted, or gray-bearded, black-shirted. See, I changed my shirt this week. I didn't want to be like them and be misidentified as one of those guys. But those bandwagon fans. They'll shit on wrestlers all the time, and as soon as they pass away, they're like, oh no, and all this. People do that with Hollywood as well.
Yeah.
As soon as a wrestler, like, I'm an Ultimate Warrior guy. No offense, I'm not a Hulk Hogan guy. I know you were a Hulk Hogan guy at one point, you know? I was the Ultimate Warrior guy, because he's the guy who came out through the curtain looking like a psycho with face paint on. Yeah, dude. And got me hooked. And when he passed away, I don't know, there's other podcasts out there that criticize him. There's documentaries that criticize him. He was in his own world. I get the stories, I guess, you know, and he does his own thing, and he was the warrior. He had his own path. That was the warrior. And when he passed away, I noticed a lot of people who were talking shit about the guy in the past were like, oh, yeah, man, I was cool with him and all that stuff. Like, I mean, nothing like that with Paul I've seen over the last week. A lot of great stuff, a lot of, you know, great heartfelt stuff thrown out all his way. But you get those guys. And it annoys the hell out of me. It's like, it goes for anything. Hollywood, wrestling, any sports, whatever.
Music?
Yeah.
Yeah,
music's another one.
Michael Jackson, man, right there. There's a fucking example.
Michael Jackson, the guy from Linkin Park. I forget his name now. Sorry.
Chester Bennington.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great guy. Love their music. Didn't know too much about him. Yeah, I was like, that sucks that he passed away. But I wasn't like, oh my God, you know, like crying or freaking out like girls running after like a boy band or anything. But there's guys in wrestling and gals that when a wrestler passes away, I've seen them talk shit about the wrestler. And when they pass away, like, yeah, man, I like that guy. You know, I've collected the stuff or I watched every single match. Great. You're saying this now that he passed away. You couldn't give the person or the girl the respect of before. It's just because you're a bandwagon fan. And that's what I've noticed with these guys. So I won't get any more into the rabbit hole with it.
Yo, what's up?
I got a guest here, man. This is my buddy Carlos. Carlos, this is my buddy G. I used to work with this guy before the company. Well, we were both out of there before the company was gone.
Crazy shit, bro. Hey, a thing that I'll never forget was, remember when it was snowing and shit? The roads were icy.
Oh, we were up there out in the West Hills of Portland.
Bro, we almost fucking killed someone.
Yeah. Dude, they had us go up this fucking hill when you're going over down Skyline, Beaverton, and we're up on that hill, and we get to the top, and it just starts the fucking truck. It's one of these big trucks, like
a straight truck, you know, like fucking what the fuck they called it? I totally forgot, but yeah.
It's good you forgot, man. Fuck that place. But he fucking flew down. We just kept going down the fucking hill, and we're like, oh shit, we're gonna crash into somebody. We're gonna fucking hit somebody. And we get down to the bottom of the hill, did not hit anybody. It was fucking crazy. Was that the same day that I fucking went up and brushed up against the side of that guy and scraped his whole side?
I believe it was.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
I had to take a piss test after that, man.
This motherfucker backed into a park car.
Yeah, I was side. I did back into it. Yeah,
wait. And you remember Jake? Oh my God, that guy was such a fucking ass, bro.
Yeah. What up, Jake? What up, Jake? Jake from State Farm. He used to work with us.
God.
He was from State Farm. Man.
Dude, I remember when we had to freaking do a delivery, like over there past freaking crossing the bridge and shit. And then we did it so quick, and then we came back because we had shit to do it. And then Jerry's all like, hey, he's like, what? Did you guys forget something? And we're like, no, we're done.
Yeah, and then we learned to not do that. Then we learned if we're early, we go and we fuck off somewhere else. We don't go back to the fucking warehouse where they're gonna send us back out. You gotta work smarter, not harder. Then
always.
Yeah.
Don't. But hey, bro, that place was a joke, man.
Yeah, that place is gone. Sayonara, that little fucking place, man. It was. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if who knows, man.
Oh no, that fucking place shut down.
It shut down. Yeah,
Yeah.
but do you know why?
No, why? What's up?
No, I don't. I don't know.
Oh
I don't.
yeah.
I don't know if someone died or if they just went bankrupt. So they just did all that remodeling and shit, and just did all these upgrades, and then they went under.
Damn, dude, that's freaking
So,
crazy.
yeah. So
But
I
hey,
don't
man,
open.
I'm just fucking working there. Was like, especially with you, man. That shit was an experience, man.
Yeah, you
Everything,
work with me. It's
some
going to be an
funny shit.
experience.
Hey, do you remember that one day that he tried to tell you like, hey, is Carlos sleeping in the truck?
Hey, I didn't fucking. Did I say you were sleeping in the truck?
Hell no, but was
Yeah.
I? But was I all the time?
Every fucking day, man. Every fucking day, I'd be like, "You little fucker, man," trying to like wake you up and shit, but didn't work, man. You got your fucking rest there, so I mean, hopefully that worked out all right.
Yeah. Hey, bro, this is my first time going live, bro. The quality is fucking badass.
Right? Yeah, dude, it's fucking way better. We were doing Skype and shit, and it was shitty and choppy. It was all. Uh, uh, I'm so, it was kind of like that, yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck. But yeah, dude, it's easy on this shit. And so then I can just rip this and put it up on the podcast and boom, boom. So you're going to be on the podcast is what you
Oh,
jumped
hell
in.
yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
From the shitty ass Cronin company.
Yeah. Shout out to the Cronin Company, man. RIP. Maybe it was just the one in Portland. But the one in Portland's gone. If you go out there, man, let me know what you find. If it's still empty, I think it still is. I still see it up for sale online. But
yeah, man. Hey,
yeah.
on your boy gotta go because I gotta go to a dentist appointment.
All right, man. Get those teeth all white, man.
All right, man. It
All
was
right.
nice seeing you guys.
All right, later.
Yeah, for sure.
And so that was my buddy Carlos.
That was an awesome running out of nowhere, dude.
Yeah, dude, that was.
I'm gonna have to get some like entrance music, random shit for fucking run-ins and everything, dude.
We should do that. We should just have random people just fucking pop in, man. If they want to pop in, pop in. If you want to tell us that Lex Luger or Steamboat is pop in here.
Yeah, we're gonna do this shit live. We're gonna sit there and say we think Lex Luger and Ricky the Dragon the Steamboat had no fan base because we've gone to their pages. We've called out some fans, and I've only had like a couple guys that we know step forward and defend Steamboat, but still no Luger.
No, I got a buddy, man. I think he's a Luger fan. I got my buddy. I'm pretty sure he is. I wonder if I can get him on here. He's a mailman out in Texas, so I don't know how well that'll work, man.
A Luger fan. Oof.
Luger,
man.
yeah, he used to live here. He used to help out with shit. He used to help out with filming at DOA. So,
Nice.
yeah. But I think he was a Luger fan because he grew up with all the Southern shit because he grew up in Texas. So he was all into.
There are better things to like in Texas and Southern wrestling than Lex Luger.
Well.
Oh, by the way, let's get things clear because I know we're gonna have those ones that run in and don't hear this disclaimer before we get going here. We're not shitting on the guy outside of the ring. We're not shitting on the real person. We're shitting on the characters they were. So I just want to get this clear. Like, it's not like, oh, I hate Lex Luger in the ring and the guy he's out the ring. I'm always like, oh, like I'm not that crazy fan or anything. Like, I've heard great things about Lex Luger over the last few years, turning life around and things. I'm talking about the character, the total package, getting in the ring, flexing.
Or flexing.
Not cutting a promo. Like, I've been sifting through promos of Lex Luger, and it's painful. This is painful.
You're one hell of a.
And, hey, here's a topic for you. So I want to get into this one.
Oh, all right. Good segue.
You're not allowed to say both. Okay, you can't say both because that's the easy answer for this.
Sure.
In your eyes and Rusty's eyes, what is better for you? Is it the promo or is it the in-ring wrestling skill?
Are we talking just the wrestling? Or are we talking like the interaction going on with the wrestling? Is it the whole everything inside the ring, or is it only
everything inside the ring, like selling, getting your opponent over, knowing when to do a certain spot in the ring, kind of like, see, who is a good guy in the ring but just sucked on promos? I mean, there's a lot of them, but I want to do a really, really good one here.
Chris?
That's the one I'm trying not to go to. That's the one I'm trying not to go to. So, I mean, Dean Malenko. Great in ring.
Man,
promo
words.
I'm trying to think of any of the other horsemen. Because, I mean, a lot of horsemen, Mongo was a great promo.
Sure.
Wasn't too great in the ring. I mean, he was a big dude slamming around, but he cut a great promo.
Paul Roma.
Great in ring, sucked on promo.
Yep. That's another horse. He was a horseman, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think for a minute.
Yeah.
What about Sid?
Sid was fucking kind of the.
You think he was shitty on both sides? Just kind of mediocre on both sides?
Okay, so we need to figure out a rating system for this show. Are we going to go with letters or numbers? Are we going to go with something? We need to figure out something with this.
Oh, this is 2021. You got to go with like OMGs and LOLs, man.
Okay.
You can't use 1, 2, 3s and ABCs.
Let's go with 4 OMGs and a LOL for.
They did it again. I'm terrible at it.
What?
Fucking Mario sound popped off my room again.
Shit on here, man. It's just on your end.
That is wild. You can only okay. See, I'm gonna be 40 in a couple weeks, and I just feel like the old man will like I don't know. Like, could you just imagine a caveman the first time with a smartphone? That's what I was like. I was like, and now I got it to work. This was horrible this morning trying to get this to work, but I got it.
Well, now we know how. Now it's fucking super streamlined, and it's going to be easy as shit to just fly through this, man. Every time just pop up, and then I go, boop, add G _ yeah, that's me up here.
Yeah, I know.
IG.
I love it. That's me now. It works. Yeah, that's me. So it's good.
That's me.
So it was born this morning. That's great.
That worked out quite well. And
here's one. We can segue into this one. In-ring ability was shitty. Promo was shitty. But his entrance was badass. I have to say that. And his name is fucking Bill Goldberg.
Yeah, the entrance was pretty fucking cool. But you know what, dude? His promos fucking didn't put anybody over, but it got people wanting to fucking see him because it was kind of the same thing as his entrance. He didn't say anything. He's just like, I'm going to go out and beat you in a minute and a half. And
whoa, don't exaggerate. It's 45 seconds.
45. Okay, well, I doubled his in-ring time. I mean, dude, he goes and takes it, man. He does the more time walking to the ring and, walking through the building and to the ring and doing his whatever the fuck he does, man. I can't.
Dude, I got to admit, the only reason why I turned Nitro on back in the day was to see that guy when he first started his role. Like the number beating everybody. Like, I wasn't noticing him beating everybody. I just noticed another bald guy with a goatee who looked badass coming out.
So, do you think that more people tuned in to see that, or more people tuned in to see like NWO?
The real answer you want is a lot of people turned into Nitro because they thought Goldberg was Stone Cold half the time and kept it on that fucking channel. That's really how I always felt. Like, there's a lot of fans who watched the business around then. A lot of fraternity boys drinking, and we've had our drinking times, and we've mislabeled some people when we've been drunk because of beer goggles or fuzzy eyes, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
And yeah, I mean, that's how you kind of want to look at things. Like, Nitro, besides the NWO, mimicked WWE quite a bit, or they bought their shit. bought their creations. And so when you have a guy like Stone Cold on newspapers, on magazines, and he's bald with a goatee, he wears black trunks, and you're flipping through channels, and you just started watching wrestling as a fan, like you're about like a month into watching your show of Monday Night Raw, flipping through the channel, you actually hit Nitro, and Goldberg's coming out, you're like, oh, it's that Stone Cold guy, yeah, and you start drinking beer and being an idiot, and you get into it, but then you start realizing maybe this is more of your show, and then you got hooked on Nitro, and that it wasn't just by accident, you thought it was Stone Cold.
I wasn't one of those guys. I mean, when that shit was going on, I was, in middle school, maybe almost high school? Like, I mean, at the end of it, I mean, like, let's start in 96, when the NWO formed. So at that point, I was probably 8th grade. So yeah, so it would have been mostly through high school was when all that shit was going on, all the Monday Night War. And I mean, I was watching it, but I was watching Raw. But I remember, man, I had one of my neighbors that I go watch shows over at. He had a younger brother. He was a couple years younger than me, and man, that guy, he got like, I used to watch WWF with his brother. And so his little brother, he'd start watching WCW, but he got really into the Juggalo thing because he would come in. And I remember that kid dressing up like a fucking gimp and shit, looking like the Freak in DOA. I don't know how I'd go and describe that to somebody, but this is how he'd fucking like go to school and shit, man. Like, this was like probably like 2000, and he'd go to school with all that kind of shit on, man. Maybe not like the full mask, but like everything else. So I guess he's not really a gimp without the mask. You can't really be a gimp without a gimp mask.
No, that's true.
So whatever that would be, you fucking whatever, man.
Yeah, no, we had a group in our high school, and this is where you get to know the friendly, shitty asshole of G. Yeah, that's me. Is that we call those people the unknowns. Like, you had your preppies, right? You had your jocks, you had your skaters, you got your punks, right? Rollerbladers.
Dude, you should have seen them in Minnesota in 2020. How many fucking...
They're like shaking my head on here.
There's so many up in Minneapolis still. So many rollerbladers. It's insane, man. Fuck, I don't know, man. It's weird. I'm like... Normally when I see someone rollerblading, I see them fucking... You know, looking super fabulous and shit if they're rollerblading, man. But this is just like everyone, dude. Just fucking, it's not just a thing for a certain group of people. It's people just rollerblade. They go to the fucking mall too. They go to the Mall of America, like go right around in there like the fucking goddamn Mighty Ducks.
Hey, what'd you think of Nitro being at Mall of America?
Well, I mean,
because I know our malls here, if I fucking walked in and saw a wrestling show, I'd be like, holy shit, you know, I'd be all for it, but I know the rest of the people going to the mall be like, what the fuck is this?
Out of the way. But, I mean, like, that spot right there is 4 levels up. It's like,
And that's what I'm starting to get to. Why did we not use those 4 levels properly?
100%, man. At least the fucking second level. Use the second level and jump off of there.
If that was ECW at Mall of America, yep, that mall would have been shut down.
ECW at Mall of America. Someone book that shit, man. Book
the most extreme mall in America on Mondays.
I don't know what the fuck's going to happen to that mall, but, I mean, yeah, dude, so it was like...
One level should just be a Toys R Us, by the way, bring it back.
Like, 4 levels up, and so, I mean, you have people up each level, and I mean, I don't think they charged anything for the show, because how do you charge something in a mall? But I don't know. I've been there, man. Never roped off. Like, at least the part that's roped off there, down like next to where the ring would be, was probably roped off. And I saw people waiting in line to watch or go like wait for teeny pop sensation coming in at 3 o'clock on a Thursday, and I'm there at like, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock, like when the things are opening, walking around because it was after, like, I got one of my surgeries, so I was, trying to, walk around a whole bunch in a flat area that's not freezing. But yeah, I see people there just waiting in line for that shit. So I mean, I could assume seeing Nitro popping up there would be pretty wild. I mean, it's not like going and seeing the Easter Bunny coming like in Mallrats, like in the mall over in Eden Prairie there, about, I don't know, 15 minutes away from the Mall of America. But that was cool when I saw the Easter Bunny there, man, at that fucking mall. And I was so tempted to go do something. And there was also actually job applications or, help wanted to be the bunny, the Easter Bunny at that fucking mall. And I was so fucking tempted to do it. I was like, well, I could do this, but I don't want to fucking sit in a mall all day, man. I've done that before, and it's fucking hell. It is fucking hell. That job was bullshit. I
don't do very well at malls.
No, man. Thank God for fucking online shopping. Like, fuck, yeah, malls are bullshit. I mean, I used to go there with my friends when I was, a teenager and stuff, because that's where the chicks hung out. And, I'd go there, go to fucking Clackamas Mall and shit, and, walk around.
That one got shot up. I don't know. It's, as you get older and anxiety hits, malls suck.
Yeah. Especially when you don't fucking smoke weed.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, with the mall that fucking big, dude,
We're not having an agenda, man. Like, I don't know, like malls now. I went to the one we just have here locally, Washington Square.
Okay.
And it's not a mall. It's like an online window shop. Like, you just go in there, you see stuff, and like, oh, let's go fucking home and order it online. See if I can get it cheap. Like whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think many people shit. They know that. They're smart.
Oh yeah. Oh, today is Friday, right?
Today is Friday.
So tonight, and I'm gonna enjoy every fucking moment of this because I've been waiting over a year now. Tonight is the return of fans to WWE live on.
Oh, good.
It's gonna be awesome because, well, no, Raw needs those fan bases back live. That's the show that sucks up both. I can't believe I'm saying I like SmackDown better than fucking Raw.
I mean, the only time that's happened was like early 2000s when fucking Heyman was writing it. That was the only time that SmackDown was better than Raw. But
yeah,
in hindsight, I didn't know that watching it, man. I mean, I was still pretty great.
Speaking of Paul, they just took him off of a bunch of stuff. Did you hear about that?
No.
So he's just pretty much like doing the whole valet thing now. I don't know if he's doing anything creative. They took him off of Talking Smack. And you know me, I call him Uncle Paul because anytime I've seen Paul Heyman, even when he doesn't want to see the fans, like he's just had a loaded day, dude, he's fucking awesome. He's an awesome guy. I'll put him over any day of the week. And I know this guy has like so much going on. Like he's just a big part of wrestling. He likes being a big part of wrestling. But yeah, they've taken him off a lot of stuff lately. I'm just trying to figure out why, and it makes me wonder if Brock's coming back. Brock or Mordecai. Now, have you seen him?
No.
Brock Lesnar looks like Mordecai.
Wait.
His eyebrows, I don't know if this brother turns as red as I am right now, but my eye, I mean, I got blonde hair, slightly going gray, but I got a dark beard, but mine don't get white like that. I don't know what he's doing, but this guy has super white eyebrows, and now he's got a fucking ponytail. Brock Lesnar's got a ponytail.
I gotta do this.
Yeah, no, look it up. I thought I sent it to you the other day. I was like jamming it out to people, and then it showed my wife, and she was just kind of gave me the look of like that's not really his style of thing. Like, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I'm gonna grow out because I'm a Brock Lesnar guy. And, yeah, no, check out his ponytail. He's hacking up meat. And I don't know if he's just doing that, and he's awfully red. Maybe it's because he's in the freezer and it's made him a little redder. Well, but he's got this ponytail, and it's just he looks like Mordecai.
He's got the fucking every WWE fucking wrestler haircut.
Is that what it is?
Except for the shit on the top, and then put into a ponytail or one of those ponytails where it goes back.
But is it a ponytail or is it a mohawk? That's what I'm questioning here. You could have a mohawk going on. You could come back with a spiked blonde mohawk.
Yeah, I can't see the back of it. I can only see there's two pictures of the front.
I'll get you the party in the back, dude.
Oh, here we go. Nope, here's a picture of it. It's definitely not a mohawk.
No?
No, it is. It just has a little fucking man bun up top, kind of a thing.
Put like a little kimono on him and stuff, dude. Well, I should probably not do that because of the age we live in. Can't even watch my WrestleMania 6 in the full now because we take the Piper segment.
That's very
Such a train wreck.
Now it's like you need to fucking collect books and movies and shit now. And wrestling, like, they actually have the original because they're getting rid of all the shit. And I don't want to fucking carry around that goddamn shit. I move a lot, and I have to carry all. Movies are fucking heavy.
And I like digital.
I do.
I like just pressing buttons. And when now using Peacock with the WWE Network, have you seen how they catalog that shit on there? They do it by seasons.
Possible to find anything.
I just use the search bar and I have to be like detailed on what I want. I'm like, Monday Night Raw, 1997. Like, you got to do all this stuff, and like it's just silly. It's just way, way silly.
Yeah.
So speaking of Goldberg, circling back to him, the reason why I brought him up is because the rumor is at SummerSlam it's him and Lashley. So I found out Goldberg has a contract until 2022, and he has to have 2 matches a year on his contract. So have we seen Goldberg? Oh, not at all this year, right?
WrestleMania?
I think this would be his first appearance this year.
Look at Mania.
Did he do Mania? Mania sucked, man.
I don't remember Mania hardly at all. I couldn't tell you one match was on it.
I remember them booing Hogan and cheering Titus like he should be cheered.
Yeah. Speaking of Hogan and Titus, quick side. So marijuana might be legalized at a state level or a federal level. Did I lose you? Did I say the wrong word?
No, you just started spinning out and getting all crispity crackety there, and then you came back in.
Okay. So that they're talking that the Senate's talking about legalizing weed on a federal level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which they should.
Yeah, and I don't know what else is in the bill. I haven't looked at it, but it pretty much to me seems like the reason that it happened is because of BLM, and that it's like they can't fucking punish because they think that it's like only POCs that are the ones that are getting in trouble with weed and shit. So it's like they can't do that. They can't these people can't get in trouble. We're just gonna fucking legalize it all. I'm like, okay, well if there's no other shit in the bill, I'm fucking great. Thanks BLM for making weed legal. But that's my take on it. I'm gonna probably lose a fan or two over that one, but I'd rather
gain about 10 more fans on top of it.
Yeah,
that's how the situation's working in a lot of things. It's you do something too much and you bitch about something too much. It's gonna flip the other way. You don't want it to flip.
Yeah.
And so it's like, hey, it's like wrestling fans. They go against always like Roman Reigns and John Cena. And they're like, oh, we're just going to bury these guys. Well, here's how well that worked out. One right now is a Universal Champion, pretty much the face of the company on SmackDown, that he was booed into the ground. And then the other one's a Hollywood superstar and was the main face of the company for about 15 years over the last couple decades. Within those last couple decades. So, this is the shit that I'm talking about with the fans, and they're mostly the fans that have now just watched AEW because they really, really want to revolt against WWE and the commercialized Disney products. Dude, the more, and it goes for any place in society, and this is, me and Rusty will bring a lot of stuff outside this world, or outside wrestling world, and bring it into the business right now, because if you look at wrestling in general, they ass-kiss society. Especially WWE, they tried to play into what's going on. They did it with O.J. Simpson, if anyone remembers. I'm not getting into those details, but a piece of shit who worked for the company actually wanted what was like, Nicole was her name that he murdered?
Whatever, Ron Goldman, was he the guy?
Something like that. He wanted to bring Ron Goldman to fight O.J. Simpson on fucking WWE.
Was that his name?
And beat him to the bat. Yeah, I think it was something like that.
It was something Goldman, or Gold something. Yeah, Goldman. Ron with the fucking curly mustache.
I think so, something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I don't mind wrestling doing it because I like those times where you're like, oh, they're playing right into that. But when you're playing into the political parts of this and you're bringing it in with wrestling and mashing it together as one, at what part are you trying to, like, get kids to turn to your product and be like, this is cool, you know, I like the guy with the face paint and the tassels, you know, whether that's Ultimate Warrior, Finn Balor. Instead, it's the storylines are bland. It's the same crap, and because we're using political motives in wrestling to get people over.
Yeah.
And it's so silly. Like, Bobby Lashley deserves the title because he has been fucking, I don't want to say buried. I don't want to say forgotten about. But never given that chance until just recently. And I don't want to say he's having that chance because of what's going on outside in the political world. Because then at the same time, New Day were champion. You had Big E or Apollo Crews champion. You had Sasha Banks as the champion.
What year? What year were each of those champions?
What do you mean?
What year was Big or New Day champion? What year was fucking
2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, but that's the thing, and then now let's go into the marijuana thing.
Okay.
Your guy. Dude, this is where we will now have some butting head on the show. You're a Riddle guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I feel like that fucking fan now half the time when I talk to you about this going, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And I'm like, I don't know how to explain it. So, I feel like I'm watching Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High on fucking WWE television, but it's been played out by RVD already. It's been played out not so much by The Godfather. Godfather was more of an intellectual character with smoking pot. Riddle, they just seem like he's coming off as like a surfer, brainless donor guy.
I could see him being like, yeah, the RVD. I get that. And yeah, it might not have been enough time, but then why wouldn't you have a fucking stoner character in it now? You have fucking people drunk.
Because you're trying to aim your demographics towards kids, even though when you look at the ratings and the statistics for the demographics, children are not your fan base.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
yeah,
it's you know, it's a hard one to swallow because then my favorite time is the Attitude Era. And you go back to that, it's nothing but beer, swearing, blood. I mean, they were pulling guns on each other. It was crazy, man. It was just insane crazy. And now we want to make it more of a Disney product, whatever you want to call it, more dimmed down, more watered down, no blood, no chair shots to the head. I'm not saying you should be doing that.
Well, but means that
if you're not aiming towards kids, then we're bringing back the blood, we're bringing back the swearing, and I'm not talking about AEW swearing where they get your network tells you, hey, tonight you guys can use the word shit 4 times, and JR is going to use it 3 out of those 4 times, so be careful.
Yeah,
Like that's been obvious lately.
but I don't know why they can't swear more shit during their YouTube shows, the not black shows, the dark matches, man. The God, there goes cancellation. The
AEW Dark.
motivation and shit, man. Like I don't know why they can't swear or do it. Like I still like your idea of going back to the first hours for the kids, second hours for the more mature crowd.
Or you take a show and you put it early Saturday morning like we used to have for the kids, recapping what the kids can watch from the shows that we watch late at night and that you can't show to them. You cut that out anyway. And you just chop it up. Because, I mean, kids shouldn't be, I shouldn't be saying anything, but the kids shouldn't be staying up until 11, 1 o'clock in the morning watching wrestling on a school night.
But they can watch it on.
I did, but it was a different time.
They can watch it on demand whenever. They can watch it when they get home from school. There's no reason to have to stay up unless you just want to be able to.
So is that why WWE filters then? Because if it's so on demand, instead of us only able to see it like once a week, would it be to where it's so accessible for them to see it and keep repeating it and getting it more into their heads to do something silly out of wrestling now to keep it safe? You know what I mean? So there's nothing that's on demand that's more current now that is risque too much or jumping off the ladder in your backyard. It's compared to if we had Attitude Era on demand back then. I mean, we do have it now, but it's what I'm saying. It's not the days of people can look and say this was 20 years ago. Don't watch the crap. If it's the more current stuff and their kids watching it, they can sit there and bitch at the network, as of today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man, because I don't know. WWE right now and AEW, I think, has got things a little upside down as far as what they're aiming at is like putting two magnets together that just don't want to go together.
Well, yeah, and they both are trying to be so fucking PC about everything, and you can't be super PC in wrestling. You gotta let that shit go. Like, especially AEW. I mean, they're not fucking a publicly traded company. You got the dude, like, he owns the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars. It can be okay if, like, he has a fucking program that's a little less PC and a little more.
Yeah. Well, he's got Nyla Rose on there, so he gets to have that cancel things out when it's not so PC.
Yeah, dude, fuck, God. Shit.
So that's the question I wanted to bring up. Vince is an old school guy, but then also brought the new school into it as far as entertainment goes. So he has your wrestling in it that we've always liked. Now he's brought the entertainment in. How do you think he is on hiring someone like Nyla Rose or Sonny Kiss? We had Velveteen Dream, and I sat there month after month going, I wonder if he's going to get to the main roster. Oh, he's disappeared. Will he get to the main roster now? We find out he's got some allegations going on. But I figured he would have been pushed a lot sooner before those allegations. And I don't know if Vince has an issue. And I'm not saying Vince is a homophobe. I'm not calling that out right now or anything like that. But it seems like the most flamboyant superstars, they get that push to the top, but they're not allowed to stay at the top. Like Goldust is one of them.
Yeah.
Goldust was always an IC mid-card guy for years. He could have main evented.
But Goldust was on fucking all kinds of shit at that time too, and couldn't always, wasn't reliable to be fucking pushed as champ. You know, he was a lot of demons, as they say.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, same thing with Buddy Rose, man. Like, he would have been there, but you know, those demons, man, like passing out before a main event match for a title match and give it to someone else, man, because you're all up.
Yeah, it's all of it's just like, I don't know. Who knows, man? It's just having too much political view or bringing that stuff in. It just ruins it for me. I try to get away from all that shit, you know, by turning on wrestling. Wrestling's an escape and for other fans. When we've had just the craziest fucking day and we're just tired of seeing the news, sit there and talk about the shit. You hear your neighbors talk about it. You got a Safeway, you see it in your paper. and we want to turn on some fucking Hulk Hogan and shit. The next thing we know, we got those political views merging on wrestling. Because what about the what's those guys? Oh, they were just on Monday Night Raw. They were with Mustafa Ali's Retribution.
Who are they?
Does that not come off as Antifa to you?
Probably is what they're trying to do.
Well, because at the time Antifa was protesting, they came running out in black hoodies and black jeans and masks over their faces, destroying stuff and turning it over.
Yeah.
So.
That's what that is.
I don't know. It's a turnoff to newer wrestling fans. That's what I think.
Or are the newer wrestling fans getting into that shit?
Then I'll just say it loud and clear, and that's the fans I don't want around wrestling.
But
if you're aiming to watch wrestling because you're liking the political view that you like on the outside of wrestling, and now it's merging with that, and you're all for it, and you're only going to cheer for someone because of political view, or here's reality. They turn either heel or face and will go against what you're liking at one point, and then what will you think?
So, what would you think if the political leaning was different and WWE was pushing a very conservative agenda rather than trying to be super PC and push a very liberal agenda of a bunch of bullshit, trying to be safe where they're not going to get sued or fucking whatever. You know, they have people that fucking, that's their job to be like,
filter.
Excuse me, this is going to offend some people, so you better not play it.
Yeah, it's like that Dave Chappelle special where he's talking to standards and practices.
Yeah.
And he's talking to them, and I guess he makes a homosexual comment on there.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, Dave, you can't use that because you're not a homosexual. He goes, well, I'm not the N-word either. And he uses that on it. So it's just, if it's hip, you can use it. If it's offensive, you got to shut your mouth.
Yeah.
You know, and so as a black man, he's allowed to use the N-word even though it's offensive to the rest of the world, even himself. And he's trying to explain it's the standards and practices that it's just like saying some homophobic remark. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
And not only now does it affect wrestling and entertainment that right way, it really affects comedians as well.
Oh, dude.
And by saying that, you're not allowed to have so much comedic value anymore in wrestling or any other shows because you're not too sure if it's going to be offensive.
Dude, if I do anything right now, if I come back right now, I would be fucking kicked out in 2 weeks. I'll give myself 2 shows. By the end of the second show, I would not be fucking welcome back with the shit I want to do right now. Like, I'm going to have to keep it fucking, probably not even YouTube. I don't even think YouTube's going to be able to fucking handle the shit that I'm coming out with soon. So, yeah. Nice. But I can't go and do that in a show. Like, if I do that in a show, I'm going to be fucking ostracized from all this shit. I'm going to be fucking Captain Blackball. Also, I was doing a podcast.
Awesome pirate name.
What?
That's an awesome pirate name.
Captain Blackball?
I would be shit scared if Pirate Blackball was after my ass in the ocean, dude. If I was like on a ship and I see Pirate Blackball behind me, I'd be like, fuck. I'm fucked.
See you, man.
Yeah. No, dude. No, it really sucks because it's kind of like what I've talked about in wrestling where they're told to reach for that brass ring. You can't reach for the brass ring if you're inside of a box.
Right.
You can't reach for it.
Yeah,
so when you're telling wrestlers to reach for a brass ring, you got limits. It's the same thing with bringing in creative ideas.
Yeah.
Testing waters.
And I mean, you're in a glass box. You're not like in a fucking solid box where you can't see out of it. Like, you can see out of it. You can see those fucking brass rings, and you can see what everyone else is doing to get those brass rings. But there's not a fucking thing you can do. You can reach up and be fucking safe. You can be safe, and that's all you have. You're safe. You're a safe fucking choice, but you're gonna get to, there, but you can't fucking grab onto those rings and, make a fucking difference and shit. You're just gonna be kind of another, I don't know, another fucking
spoke in the wheel.
Spoke in the wheel is the word I was looking for. What's the cog one? Another cog? Cogs are fake. Cogs are fake. Isn't that cog fake? Is there cog fake?
What is that? Cogs are fake? Was this a new conspiracy?
Well, are cogs real?
Cogs in the wheel. No spokes in the wheel. Cogs in the... I don't know.
Yeah, dude, and that was something else I was doing a podcast the other day on the Instagram thing, and I'm like, well, you know what? I probably can't use the term pussyfooting around anymore. But then I was like, what the fuck can I say instead of pussyfooting around? That means the same thing. And I heard fucking the dog is another one. I'm like, that's another one I don't think you can use, but it means kind of the same thing, sort of, tiptoeing around something and like, just sort of, pussyfooting. Like, pussyfooting or I guess you can say tiptoeing. I was tiptoeing around that point and just,
what do you got against toe? Why do you got to say tiptoeing? Why can't you just say using your regular toe?
That's right. Yeah.
No, it's crazy, man. Like, it's just gone weird. So, yeah, no. And, dude, this is weird. So all these topics really mashed together this week because I'll just jump back to fans returning tonight. This is where you're going to see how PC the crowd is. Let me get into something really quick. Wrestling semi-related because we're going to talk UFC and those fights.
Ooh.
Oh, the fights last weekend and who was there. A friend of Vince McMahon. A person that Linda McMahon was sitting next to last week why the whole Facebook thing went down.
Oh, Trimp. I just fucking with you, man. Yeah, dude, he fucking came in, dude. No fucking security. But I mean, I bet there's security getting into the...
Oh, yeah, dude. There was about a 20-man perimeter around him, but you just couldn't see, like, as he's going through and you see, like, one of the custodial people at the arena mopping, dude. That's actually a gun in some fucking guard's hand, and he's actually a security guard. And at any moment, dude, someone does anything, that mop turns into, like, a rifle and shit. No, dude, he comes in, and the media's trying to snuff it down right now. But he got a big ovation, man. People were chanting USA, and if you watch the fucking views from people's phones live, you will hear some boos, okay? We hear you, Karen and Chad. We hear your boos. But the rest of the people were just chanting and stuff because he's a celebrity. He's not just a president, he's a celebrity. He's an icon. I mean, whether he was president or not, he's fucking Trump.
Those are his people, too. Like, I would say...
Yeah.
And I would say that more conservatives than liberals watch UFC. And as a generalization, I don't know if that's true or not, but I would say in the generalization, that would be true that they are usually more conservative. And like them fucking chanting USA for Trump, sure. And I think Dana would have put that on and would have made that more of a point. But I don't know if Dana's trying to be safe now and playing.
No, dude, it showed him and Dana walking through the backstage area, patting each other on the back, shaking hands. Hey, man, it's been a while. And then he walks over to see Trump. Even went over to Joe Rogan, and he went. And this is like in the middle of like the show. And he goes over to Joe Rogan. And is like, "Hey, Joe Rogan, you do a great job. You do a good job. You do a fantastic job." And he looks over at Daniel Cormier and goes, "I would never fight this man. He would kick my ass. He does a great job. Fantastic job." And so he has that. And Joe Rogan is an anti-Trump guy, I can tell, right? Or maybe on it deep down inside, he's like, I fucking love Trump, but if I say it out loud, I'm going to get my show canceled.
Yeah,
right?
There's a lot of fucking listeners if he says straight up that he's a Trump supporter.
Then that's so silly. That's so silly. And it's like, I'm telling you, 2024, man, is going to be the most entertaining presidential race. And we got to come up with some shirts before that, because it'll be a moneymaker, dude. Just like some shirts that just for that shit.
Whoever the candidates are, just make fucking tons and tons of shirts, any type of thing we can think of, variation of it, putting that on shirts, and fucking, we just got to have our minds going, because, man, like, the shirts that I have, like, I got some Trump shirts, that I've gone through, that I've sold through. I have one. I think I just sold actually, or I might just got.
Dude, the way I see it,
what?
It's a triple threat. It's going to be a triple threat match, 2024.
They need that fucking triple threat. They need a fucking third party coming in with the goddamn briefcase, man, the money in the bank, man, afterwards, and like, here I fucking come. It's probably
it's gonna be The Rock.
Or The Rock. The Rocker.
He's gonna slide it in, rock bottom everyone, and just be like, you can't even fucking vote. You're gonna be too fucking crippled to go in.
Yeah.
But no, it's crazy. But no, UFC, man, that was a great show. A fucking awesome show, except for the main event. Everyone's like, oh, I got robbed. Well, I like to call it fucking karma.
Bullshit, you got robbed.
Karma.
You got to see exactly what you wanted to see. You got to see a fucking first round KO. Kiss my ass if that's not what you wanted. You didn't want to see a fucking 12 round or however many rounds. You're going to do 3, right?
Yeah, no, it was a 5-round match.
5 rounds.
So when it's a belt or when it's a main event, or I think co-main events count now, it's a 5-round match.
Okay, so I mean, you got to see.
So they do it like that.
Or TKO. I guess it's TKO. You got to see TKO in the first round. So get fucked if you didn't like that, man. Like, it was a shitty way to end it, but I mean, it's a sure defining decision right there. Like, McGregor.
Well, I just based it on karma because he did the one thing that I despise.
What's that?
As a fighter, whether you're a woman's fighter, a man fighter, trans fighter, whatever the hell you want to call yourself these days, that's between you and your opponent. You can talk as much shit about each other as you want. But the moment you bring in family, like, that's bullshit. He was bringing in the guy's wife, and I know there was some history where some donation or charity thing was done, and Dustin Poirier's wife reached out to McGregor and said, thank you for doing that. That was really respectful and professional of you. And then McGregor took that as, your wife's DMing me. She's all up in my DMs. And started that part to it. And even after McGregor lost, he still talked shit. And it was annoying as hell. And, like, I was a McGregor guy forever. And that totally turned me off.
What about Rick Rude wearing, was it the Warriors' fucking wife?
Doesn't he pull down part of the first trunks and he's got it underneath?
No, he just came out that way. I think he had like a robe on. He had a robe on, and
was it a robe on?
Took the robe off, and it's Warrior's wife right on his fucking dick, dude. That's like, I'd say that's in the same ballpark as saying your wife's getting into my DMs. That was
Warriors, or was it Jake's?
Oh, maybe it was Jake's wife.
It was Jake's.
Okay.
Jake went ape shit, I think. Well, now we're gonna have to look that up this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's bullshit. And like in wrestling, it's a different story because it's entertainment. It's a soap opera. You got to bring those perspectives in. But when you're doing a professional sport, the way I've seen it lately is like UFC trashes professional wrestling, but then they're now starting to mimic things of professional. Kobe Covington doing those promos, and this kind of shit right here it bought a lot of pay-per-view buys, man, because of the drama going on between Dustin and McGregor.
Well, the difference between UFC and pro wrestling is that UFC is better at keeping the secret that it's a work.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, and then you got the Jake Paul and Tyrone Woodley coming up in August. I think it's August. So that's coming up. And you hear about what one of the bets are?
What's that?
So if Jake Paul or Tyrone Woodley loses, the other one has to get their name tattooed on them. So.
See, how's this not pro wrestling, man? That's actually pretty fucking cool, man.
That's so fucked up, dude. Like, you're gonna walk, or like if Tyrone loses, he's gonna walk around with Jake Paul on his fucking ass for the rest of his life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, because Jake Paul, I don't think would give a shit. If he lost and you got Tyrone Woodley's name on it, was like, all right, that just marks this date for me in my memory of being fucking stupid and fighting a professional fighter.
Yeah.
Because I still call the Paul boys amateurs. They're amateurs, but I mean, that's it. But you get in a fucking ring with a professional multi-time champion, not Floyd Mayweather, who got paid. Fuck you up. Fuck you up any day. Mike Tyson? Fuck you.
Mike Tyson would fuck anyone up. Not anyone. Mike Tyson would fuck up a good, maybe a third to half the guys out there, I think. If he got close, if they got close enough, but not too close. If they got too close, he'd be fucking done. But if he can get that range, and pop someone, but that's the only fucking way they can do it. But I mean, everyone would be looking for that and learning how to defend that. Like,
totally.
Yeah, like I was talking with Casey on the other show about like how if you have someone that can't, like if you're playing soccer or basketball or something, and the person can't dribble or shoot with their left hand, you make them go left. You make them go and try to go on the left side, and you just fucking guard their right side like crazy, and then they're fucked. And it was the same with like lacrosse too. That was the only way I was able to survive, was because I was able to do both, and I was able to shut down the people who weren't able to go left. And I did that a shitload, man. I'm not fucking good. I'm not fucking good at either of those. I just know that I can do that.
You gotta pick apart.
Yeah, you gotta pick apart and fucking work that shit, man. And
that's what I learned at bouncing, man. When I was a bouncer, I got my ass kicked one of the first times. One of the bouncers told me, he's like, don't go in there with your big gun. Like, step back, assess the situation, let them blow some steam out and energy off. It's like, then take them. Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically, let them fucking use their own momentum against themselves. And one way or another.
I gotta go very shortly here. And we'll get into this topic right here. So next time I'm on, might be a different story. So when I'm on next, you'll probably see me holding up signs, and Rusty will do most of the talking. So from here on out, it'll be a different story for the next 4 to 6 weeks. We'll be getting my neck surgery for possibly Wednesday if they don't change the date till August. In no way, shape, or form does that turn away or down from any the asshole who gets pushed by these things. So I'll be up on my feet as quick as I can. But for 4 to 6 weeks, you'll see me in a neck brace, hopefully all bedazzled and lit up. I'm gonna throw some LED lights on there and shit.
Yeah.
Just to do that for fun. Well, I can't talk the first week, apparently. I guess I'll be all swelled up. But we're gonna use it to our advantage on the show, and I know these boys will use it. And when I say these boys, it's because we're down one this week.
Yeah.
And speaking of UFC, we'll talk next week about with Rob about McGregor possibly going WWE. And our thoughts. I don't see it happening. McGregor's a fucking lazy fuck. He likes that one fight a year for the big cash. He ain't gonna go traveling on the road.
Sure.
With these UFC fighters, man, I think like with Ronda Rousey, she got that clue pretty fast. It's like you gotta be on the road so many times a year. It's not the same as UFC. With UFC, you go to a camp, you stay there for a few weeks doing your thing, getting ready for your fight, and then you go to your fight, you have your fight, you go home, you go for the next one. You're not going from city to city to city to city.
Yeah.
So all these fighters that sit there and shit on wrestling, isn't it a rude awakening when you got to do this day in and day out and travel half a day to the next city, and that's usually your time to sleep, and the next thing you know, you're in the ring doing it again? Yeah, they're pussies, right?
Yeah, that shit gets to you, man. Gets to you pretty quickly. And then sometimes you're doing stuff like shooting back to with Carlos when I stepped in the goddamn hole there. That was right after Carlos left. I stepped in that hole. I was working with someone else. But yeah, that was old Carlos, man. So shout out to Carlos.
No, dude, that was cool because as that happened, like all these like light bulbs go off on my head as Carlos came running in today, and I'm like, oh, dude, we got something going on. Because of how creative we are, this show is going to be so much fun as more viewers as we attract. Rob will be with us next time. Rob will be coming in from our main page, which is Threadhead Custom Clothing. So he'll come in from there, which he could be bringing a bandwagon of viewers. And so what we'll do by next show is I will definitely finally get my shit together and get organized. I just realized, dude, this is getting out of control. I don't see it. It's so red. It is disgusting. It's gross. I can't even do this. But yeah, it's gross.
I've been there.
If you can see, my nose has a blister forming on it as we've been doing the show. That is crazy.
Dude,
my skin's still bubbling.
You need a fuckload of aloe. That's the only thing that's gonna fucking help it. Go.
I might have to break down.
What?
I might have to break down and do that. I can't hang my arms down because my hands are so burnt that the blood flow and pressure is killing.
Yeah, man. I got that shit in Hawaii and up at Mount Bachelor. When I was skiing up there, man, I got it, and my nose was like fucking blistering and shit, and like, Hawaii, man, I had fucking blisters all over because I'm just so fucking goddamn white. Thank you, Northern European parents. I don't know, like my parents are here. My parents are in the fucking. Well, my dad's in the fucking ground, but my mom, she's in a different state. So,
but you know me, I'm as white as they come.
I'm just about. I'm about as white as they come too, man. So,
Oh, I got my mind blown this week.
Oh, good.
So before we go, let's talk about PCO.
Oh, geez, yeah. Wow. Man, I
just connected the dots.
With what?
Who he used to be.
The Quebecers?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I wasn't watching much WWF then. That was like kind of one of those times when I wasn't watching television.
Yeah.
And so I kind of missed out on it, but I knew he was there, and then he was a pirate or some shit, I think, after that.
Yeah, something like that. He had that one eye patch on and everything going on. Because I was watching him and Danhausen. And Danhausen's like my new favorite to watch. What's that?
I watched it. You sent it to me. I forgot to tell you about that.
Dude, it's so funny.
Oh, wait, no. It wasn't against him. Who was he working?
Oh, the Mecca. Or Mecca.
Okay, yeah. It was some guy I hadn't heard of. Shout out to him. But yeah, and then Danhausen, because I hadn't seen him before. Like I've seen him around the internet, and people always want to book this guy. But
dude, he's so entertaining.
Yeah.
I really wish people would watch guys like this who are in the business, and he is outside of his box. Like I've seen him with the makeup off talking interviews. This guy, like, I hope he can, because I know how the business is. I hope he bolts up a little bit more.
Yeah.
I hope he does, because I know how shit like that, if he ever gets that far.
He shouldn't.
But I think it's character. I see him as more of an AEW guy right now.
Yeah. But
he's got to get there.
What?
Danhausen's got to get to one of the big leagues soon, because he's so good, dude.
Yeah.
Promo-wise, entertainment-wise, it's awesome.
Well, and I think he gets shut down, do it with a lot of stuff. He might be able to do Impact, but ROH would fucking shut him down. WWE would shut him down. AEW would probably even tame him down some, I think. TNA, not TNA, what, Impact? Impact, yeah. I don't know, man. It's still one of those things I still don't really watch any Impact, even though it's supposedly better now. And
the Callahan Omega thing's kind of got my interest, so.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Sam and Callahan, man. I forgot about that.
Well, let's go over the weekend. I was going to pop in on IG this weekend and do some reaction time, live video for Money in the Bank. The 2 Money in the Bank matches, I thought I would go live and do reaction. If you want to join me, man, I'll be on here.
Hey.
What's that, Sunday?
Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, you got something? I'm on video, but this might be, let me show viewers, close your eyes for a second, please, but very fucking pretty. Very pretty. Hand rolled.
And? Hand rolled, nice.
And with this lighter.
Is that Snoop?
That's Snoop doing some Illuminati sign. It's a candle lighter.
Nice.
But yeah, so I guess this is how I end the show today. Are we ending the show, or are we still going for a few minutes?
Yeah. I was just going to go over some Money in the Bank this weekend. I don't think anything else is going on this weekend. I will pop in and do a live show, and Yeah, no, I'll be on, and it'll probably be my last few words before I go, I guess the term's mute for the rest of the month or the week after that. And if not, I'll be on raging my fucking voice again next week, because otherwise we'll push it to the beginning of August, and after that, I'll definitely be there. Yeah, I will be having a packed show next week for sure for you guys, whether I can talk or not, as Rusty fades into the background.
Well, I'm gonna be over the show, I guess, and I'm just gonna be me and Rob, and you're gonna be the fucking guy. I don't know, man. Like, we'll be like,
well.
Yeah.
Do some Joe Gertner shit. Gotta find me a bow tie.
Yeah, dude, you need a good fucking thing to have right there. You need a good, like, we'll take
the cane thing. I'll get the cane thing to my neck and be like, I'm on the show, guys.
we'll get you the little thing that you can type, and you can be Stephen Hawking Jr.
Oh, man. You can talk about Chris Benoit on the show. Let me get to that.
That's what it ends, man.
That guy. Anyway, yeah, no, well, this was our first live show. It was an experience, to say the least, for me, because I couldn't even get the shit working for the first 10 minutes.
But
I'm going to pop off here, pop back on Sunday. What time is the show? Oh, they went back to regular hours. It's just a 3-hour show. It ain't going to be no 4-hour show anymore.
What time?
It slimmed down. Starts at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Oh, my time anyway.
It's 6 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Dude, that hour makes so much difference.
It does. It's training.
Ahead, like, I mean, it's weird. Like, even with
Central to Mountain.
Yeah, Central to Mountain. It's only 1 hour back, but like, it makes it a lot better at night trying to stay up to watch wrestling shows.
For sure.
And I mean, yeah,
I'm only going to go live during the Money in the Bank matches. So, because they got 6 matches, so there's 2 Money in the Bank. There's a women's match. I believe there's a tag match. Then there's your grudge match. And then I think, there's the other Universal. So,
6.
We'll see how it goes down. Yeah, 6 matches. I see the Monday night or the Money in the Bank matches being about half hour, 45 minutes apiece. So that's an hour to hour and a half. You got promos and videos in between, usually about 18 to 28 minutes out of the show. I found that out as a statistic, by the way.
It's good.
Yeah, no, if you ever sit down and really cut the time up and how much actual wrestling's on a wrestling show, you only get about a half hour, realistically, out of a 3-hour show. Half hour to 45 minutes of wrestling. Dropping that shit. But
I dropped it on my laptop.
Party foul.
And then
this thing fell on my laptop.
So, yeah, I'll be here live now that I know how to work this shit. We are going to book a special guest. I'll say this one now. My son, Nolan, will be on our show.
Oh.
And he's a kid who was a guy that was in the John Cena era. Met the guy. Got a picture of the guy, all that fun stuff. He'll be on our show in the next coming week or two. He'll be live from his IG account on our show. And everyone... I have a lot of fun with Nolan. He's a good kid. He's got a lot of wrestling knowledge for that time, and I want to talk to him about why he's not a wrestling fan anymore. What turned him away from wrestling?
Pussy.
Yeah, he is at that age, isn't he? Yeah. That's why I got locks on my doors. But yeah, with that,
Locks on him.
What?
Nothing.
So I'm G. Yeah, that's me.
Hey, you forgot, man. Everyone fucking do good shit. Fucking go be nice to people. Don't be a fucking prick.
Oh, I feel like an ass. It's the sun. The sun fucked me up this week, dude. Sun fried my brain. I gotta go dip my hands in milk and aloe, I guess, at this point. But yes, everybody out there, take care of each other. Be good to each other. Do something good for each other. If you're going to do anything good for each other this weekend, point out the shitty match to your friend, not to watch, so you can go grab a cold beer, maybe share a J with Rusty here, or do something like that.
I'm leaving. No.
Save a friend. Save a friend for 15, 20 minutes of pain from the pay-per-view. I'm sure we're going to have that at least once, twice, 3 times. But I like the Money in the Bank matches. It's always a breakout guy that does it, so we'll see what happens. And take care of each other this week. We'll be back next week where hopefully I will still be able to talk, walk, and do all that fun stuff. And if not, it'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, man. I'll bring someone on next week. I'll bring somebody on. I'm not sure who it'll be, but someone's gonna come on that can. So we'll have 4 people. It'll be you, me, Rob, and someone.
Rob should be back with us next week.
Yeah.
And he's busy today doing some Germany stuff. So I know they got a crazy mess over there in Germany. They got crazy flooding. Hopefully everybody's good.
What's going on in Germany?
But yeah, they got 8 to 9 inches of rain in 24 hours in Germany in some areas.
Man, I haven't
Massive
seen
flooding out there.
9 inches like that since fucking.
It's been over 100 years for Europe to see anything. And I know where you're going with that. That's totally derailing of the show. I heard 8 or 9 inches and then a smile. That's a different show. That's a different entertainment.
Well, when's that podcast start?
It would start with 1 second before it gets canceled.
Yeah.
That would be the quickest canceled show ever.
Yeah.
That'll be the name of the show, 8 to 9 inches.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, take care of each other. I'm going to get busting out to go and take care of my Freddy Krueger arm.
Oh.
And I'm G, yeah, that's me, and he is Rusty.
That is we. G and Rusty.
G and Rusty. And Robbie, but he ain't here this week.
Ooh, Robbie, I like that.
Yeah, I don't know how that'll fly with him. That's his name now.
Yeah.
That's how we'll introduce him. He's like, what the fuck? Where did I go wrong?
Wait, oh yeah, but Robbie's already like, okay, I get it. I was like, Rob, there's Robbie, R-O-B-B-Y, but you're probably saying R-O-B and then E.
B. Yeah, I could do it that way.
Oh, R-O-B. Okay. Robbie.
But yeah, man, that's it for me. Close us on out, and I will see you all next week.
And the video.